Welcome to RotoBaller Game Day.
RotoBaller Game Day is live, coming to you Saturday night. But we are excited to be coming at you with
Kyle's so excited over there. He's just like, hey, I'm just going to take a little bit of a break, having some stream issues. But we'll see what's going on. We're going to give everybody a few minutes here to get into the chat anyway. Like I said, there's lots of stuff going on tonight, tons of stuff going on tonight, trying to get everybody here and ready to go. We're going to give it a few minutes. We're going to give people a few minutes to get in here to the chat room. And then we're going to do some live stream, some live Q&A, and we're going to let it flow. Because that's what we do best, is letting it flow. Is that right, Kyle?
Can you see me now?
Absolutely, I can see you.
Okay, little malfunction there with the internet. That happens every once in a while, but I am back, it seems like.
It looks like you're fine. I picked right up where you left off.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, yeah, so Saturday night, we're just week one tomorrow. I know we already had Thursday night football, but I don't know about you, Jake. Thursday night football doesn't really signal the start of football season for me. It's that first Sunday of the season.
Absolutely. I mean, it was kind of fun to watch it again, and it was cool to get into it. But this is like where you can sit on the couch all day long, or you can go to your friend's house or a man cave or whatever you got. But this is actually the kickoff for football season.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully some better games tomorrow than what we saw on Thursday night. It wasn't the best game, but a little bit of an exciting finish there. And once again, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones have a shot in the end zone, and it doesn't work out.
I mean, but at least they look for him.
But at least they look for him.
I mean, better than nothing, right?
I guess it is. But, those touchdowns need to start coming at some point in time, you would think, right?
Yeah, and it will. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to be one of those big, huge, double-digit guys every year, but it's going to be something that, hey, at least they look for it week one. That's more than you can say for in a lot of games last year.
Yeah, tons of targets in week one. Receptions, yards, everything was there. If he adds a touchdown or two, it just even adds to that. So, let's. How many viewers do we have on YouTube right now?
Let me pull it up here and see how many we got sitting here. I told everybody we'd give them a few minutes. We got 65 right now, so we can probably give them another minute or so and see if they can filter in.
Because that number is going to go up.
Yes, it is.
So it seems like for the last 3 or 4 months, you and I have been leading up to this day, working hard to get this show ready, to be prepared for Sundays from 12 to 1, and it's finally here. Almost.
That's a lot of work that we put in. But you know what? It's going to be all worth it because football season's here, and we're going to be excited.
I couldn't be more excited at this point. So as you continue to flow in, Jake and I are giving it a minute. If you're already watching, like we said, we're going to let it flow. That's one random show, we just come up with let it flow, and then after that is just spiraled into a national phenomenon. Is that correct? I feel like it's worldwide, actually, at this point.
It should be international by this point.
International. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, too. So everyone's starting to join in. Let me just throw a few things out. So we've got a lot of people watching on YouTube right now. Hopefully you're watching on Twitter as well. Wherever you're watching, thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Again, RotoBaller Game Day, 12 to 1. It's going to be on again tomorrow, but tonight we're talking a lot of start and sit. We're taking your questions. That's all we are going to be doing tonight, is interacting with you. So once again, I am Kyle Richardson from RotoBaller.com, senior fantasy analyst. Jake Hubman, RotoBaller expert, is with me. Jake, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm just ready to, I don't know if I'm going to put the helmet on tonight, but
we might need to save that for game day.
But I am going to let it flow at some point.
Very, very good. So just a couple of things to touch base on here real quick. Again, RotoBaller Game Day live Sundays from 12 to 1 every single Sunday during the week. You're going to be able to find us right here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We're going to be here answering your questions, giving you our rankings for the week. We're going to be talking about breaking news, if there's injuries going on. One thing that I'm watching for tomorrow, Xavier Rhodes. He is questionable headed in tomorrow, and that's a big name because he could be shadowing Marquise Goodwin, and I want to have Marquise Goodwin in my lineup right away tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So stay with us for that.
100%. If Xavier Rhodes is out, that's going to be I don't want to say an easier matchup, but it's going to be more opportunities, I guess, because, I mean, earlier in this week, I've been telling everybody just to avoid that Minnesota defense. But if Xavier Rhodes isn't there, that kind of just shifts everything around. And now all of a sudden that defense isn't vulnerable, but it has the potential to give up a big play. And Marquise Goodwin is the guy that's going to get those big plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then, just to also touch base, RotoBaller.com is where you need to be this season to find all of your fantasy football material. Make sure you also download the RotoBaller Fantasy Football app. You literally have everything that you need right in your palm. You can set up notifications for injuries, for new articles, for player news, whatever you want. You set up those notifications. They come right to your phone. All of our articles that are dropping, you can get those in order so you can read through those as well. Make sure that you're downloading that right now. Android, Apple, whatever you have, you can download it. That's RotoBaller Fantasy Football, the app. Get it now. And then also something that I'm going to be using tonight that I want everyone out there to keep in mind is the RotoBaller Start Sit tool. It's free. You can find it over at rotoballer.com. Use the Start Sit tool under the tool section. It's a great tool for you to use right now. If you are trying to jump back and forth between a couple of players, you don't know who you want to start, who you want to sit. You plug both of those names in, and it's going to pull from our rankings, our consensus rankings, who you should have in your lineup. So make sure that you're using that. And for some of the questions that we've got going on tonight, I'm also going to be using that as well. I have it pulled up here already, and we'll talk about that too. And also, if you're on YouTube, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, you should do it right now. Hit the subscribe button. Lots of information, lots of videos. Jake and I host the Roto Revolution together. You can find at least 3 videos, plus a live stream, plus RotoBaller Game Day from us throughout the weeks. The Fantasy Bomb with Pierre and Chris, they're going to be doing a lot of information. We have weekly waiver editions. We have some potential DFS stuff coming as well. So keep an eye on the RotoBaller YouTube channel. We've got a lot of great content dropping. But I think it's time to start answering some questions.
I mean, I'm ready. I had a few guys in there telling me my microphone was echoing, but then I fixed it. So we're good.
Oh, we are good. See, that's why I love YouTube.
I mean, you guys told me there was a little bit of an issue, and I went and fixed it. I appreciate it. But for a minute there, I may have echoed, but that's why I let Kyle do a lot of the talking at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, you covered me when I decided to stall out there for a second.
Hey, that's why there's 2 of us. There's always going to be one of us ready to take over. Absolutely.
So I'm seeing here from Notorious TBG, Rhodes is out. Not yet. He's questionable. That's why I'm watching it tomorrow, though. So that's something that we definitely need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably one of the top things that we'll probably touch on during the live show tomorrow. I appreciate it. I know I'm not echoing anymore, but hey, we're going to start rapid firing some questions here. I know there's been a ton of questions, but we had to get some type of an intro in here to let you guys know what was going on. But yeah, we're gonna let it flow. We're gonna go about 30 minutes of rapid fire. We're gonna try to see how many questions and how much help we can give out here in the next 30 minutes or so. So I'm gonna get a drink of water and then I'm gonna go right into it. Kyle, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, cheers. Here goes nothing. All right, here we go. Let's start it off. I'm gonna start right here with James Davis. He has Zeke and Mixon stat. That's great. Hopefully they put up a lot of stats. It's going to be fun to watch, and I have no issue starting either one of them.
Yeah.
Chris Adams saying, is this a good trade? We got Larry Fitz and Landry for, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Alfred Morris, Cobb, and another Morris. Apparently there's 2 Morris brothers playing football. If we have one, the only thing that could be better is 2. So we're pretty much going Fitz and Landry for Morris and Cobb, and I say absolutely not. I want Fitz and Landry.
Yeah, Fitz and Landry. I don't even know who that second Morris is, but Fitz and Landry.
It could be Marquise Morris from the NBA for all I care. I still want Fitz and Landry. What about Mahomes or Dak? Now, I don't know if I should let you answer a Dak question because the last time you answered a Dak question, we contemplated shutting the channel down because we got so much hate for it. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to answer for both of us. Even though I know what you want to say, I'm going to give the smart answer right now and say, I really want to say Dak, but I'm still going to say Mahomes. I think that with Joey Bosa not playing in Los Angeles this week, that takes a little bit of pressure off Mahomes. One less thing for him to worry about is the pass rush, and obviously he's got tons of weapons. And Phillip Rivers on the other side, another team that is capable of putting up big points. This could turn into a shootout real quick.
I've got Dak Prescott a couple of spots ahead of Patrick Mahomes right now. So I've got Dak at QB 17 and Mahomes at QB 19 for this week. I don't think either matchups are ideal for them, but like you just mentioned with Bosa being out, it gives Mahomes a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm going to go with Prescott this week. I've got a gut feeling that him and Zeke are ready to roll, that they want to get off to a good start this week. I think the Carolina matchup is a tidbit easier. So I would go Dak Prescott.
The last time you had a gut feeling, I told you to go eat the ham in your fridge.
We didn't. It was a delicious ham.
Oh, well, all right then. Well, thanks for not sharing. All right, let's move on then. Now we're going to go to, I don't think this is a bold prediction, but Amir Lorenzo is saying that Mixon's going to get 98 yards and 2 touchdowns tomorrow. Now, that is a weaker Indianapolis defense, and I do think Mixon has a great game. I'm not going to go out and expect 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, but is it possible? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a shootout tomorrow night.
Yep, absolutely. What about Baldwin or Stills? I've been asked about Baldwin a lot this week.
A lot.
I mean, probably he may be my most asked about player, him and Russell Wilson together, and it's a tough matchup with the Broncos. But you know what? I'm gambling this week. I'm gambling on Doug Baldwin. They're going to have to throw the ball to stay in the game. Is it an ideal matchup for him? No, he'll probably have Chris Harris shadowing him wherever he goes, but not a whole lot of options in Seattle. And with them having to throw the ball, I'll even take garbage points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I've got our consensus ranking right now. I just put this into the RotoBaller Start Sit tool over on rotoballer.com. Just put it in there. Doug Baldwin, we've got him this week at 31, and we've got Kenny Stills overall at 69. So unless something happens between now and game time tomorrow, and he is out, or we find out that maybe he's not going to be 100%, whatever it may be, I'm going with Baldwin.
Yep, 100%. I see Renee Perron is saying Dalton, and I'm guessing he wants to know if he should start Andy Dalton. And a lot of people probably didn't draft Andy Dalton to be their starting quarterback this season, but this game, week 1, I have no issue starting Andy Dalton.
Nope. That's going to be a shootout. I think both him and Luck are in for a good week.
Yep. What about if you have CMC and Gordon as your running backs and it's PPR? Are you set? Yes,
absolutely.
You are. Absolutely. Have a good week tomorrow. You'll be fine. Another guy we've had a lot of questions about, and this is coming from Joe Leone, Dalvin Cook, yay or nay? I still think that a lot of, I don't want to say it's overhyped, but Latavius Murray is going to have a role, but it's not like he's going to go in there and just take this job from Dalvin Cook. I still think Dalvin gets the bulk of the work there. Yes, there's going to be times where Murray comes in and steals a goal line carry, which is going to irritate you, or he'll take a series, but the bulk of the work's going Cook's way, and he's still a start for me.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook, 100%. He's going to be in my lineup every single week this year. There's not going to be a matchup where I contemplate sitting him, to be honest with you.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, Julio put up 30 there, Joe. Big game for Julio. Imagine what it would have been with a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you get from Julio. You get that potential. That he can go out there and get you 300 yards one week. And he just may get you 3 for 30 the next week, and that's kind of been one of the big knocks on Julio, that and touchdown production. What about Patrick Walker asking Ben Roethlisberger or Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck.
Neither for me. I'm not going to start either. I'm going to take the 0 from the quarterback position. No, I'm just kidding.
There's word now coming out that the weather tomorrow for the Browns and the Steelers game is going to be awful.
Yep.
If you have Antonio Brown, I'm putting him in, because someone asked me about, with the weather tomorrow, are you putting him in the lineup? And I said, if they were playing the game on an island in the middle of the ocean and a hurricane came through, yes, I would still put Antonio Brown in my lineup. He's the only matchup-proof person, though, that I have in my lineup. So everyone else, yes, I am concerned about with this torrential downpour, these winds, everything else that's supposed to come through tomorrow.
Yep, they're talking about 3 to 5 inches of rain and wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. That is not ideal for a passing offense in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I have Andrew Luck is a QB1 this week. I have Roethlisberger outside of that. I have him at QB 14.
Yeah, and for both of me, I named pretty much both of them as sits for the week. I really don't want to start Andrew Luck until I see him play an entire full game during the season. I mean, we've seen a few series here or there, but I'm not sold Andrew Luck is all of a sudden going to be reborn into the Andrew Luck of 3 years ago. But if you don't have a choice between him or Big Ben, I will. I'll go Luck, because Ben may be swimming down the sidelines.
Yeah. I think we should touch on one player real quick. James Conner, because I feel like his name is going to come up a lot in these questions. It's going to come up a lot tomorrow. We just talked about the weather in that game. What's our feeling on him? Where are we comfortable starting him? Is our running back 2? As our flex? Do we leave him on the bench for that first week? What are we doing, Jake?
Well, I'm hoping that he can be a flex play at best. I know that there's going to be some teams out there. I had a question from somebody earlier in the day today that they had McKinnon and Bell and that is a problem. You know what I mean? So in that case, then you're probably going to get stuck with James Conner, probably in your RB2 spot. But ideally, is a flex play. I think with the social media stuff that's come out here with the Steelers lately, and the displeasure of Le'Veon Bell with some of the guys in the locker room, and them speaking highly of James Conner, only elevates his possible production. I don't have a problem putting James Conner in there at all. It will be bad weather. They're going to have to rely on the run game, and I'm not too worried about Jalen Samuels at this point.
Nope.
Absolutely not. Yep, there's a question right there. James Conner, Peyton Barber, or Allen Robinson? I mean, you're asking me, out of those three, I'm taking James Conner.
It's close between him and Barber. But I think Barber's matchup is tough enough this week that we stay away from him.
Yeah, I really think that New Orleans' defense is improved, and with Ryan Fitzmagic at the helm, he's going to throw the ball, but is he going to throw it to the right team? Debatable.
Well, let's do this. Let's plug it in here real quick. Let's put it in here. So between James Conner and Peyton Barber, and I will tell you what the RotoBaller Start Sit tool is recommending. So we are recommending, they're very, very, very close. So overall, as a consensus over at RotoBaller, we have overall Peyton Barber at 92, James Conner at 100. So we are expecting, and this is even in PPR, we are expecting that weather to kind of bring Conner down a little bit, even if they do try to run it a little bit more. First game of the season, I don't think they're going to give him all the workload. I think they're going to have to try to keep it as even keel as possible in the passing game too. But they're very, very close. But Jake and I are leaning Conner by a smidge.
Yep, absolutely. And there's another popular name I see coming up here from Spartan, and they're wanting to know about Saquon Barkley against Jacksonville. And that's another duo we've heard a lot about this week is Saquon and Odell going to Jacksonville, or going up against Jacksonville. And is it ideal? No, but you're probably going to start them. I mean, these are guys that you more than likely don't have enough depth to put in somebody that's any safer than these guys. I know we talked about it earlier in the week with Saquon Barkley, is if you had somebody, a different option, that it's a possibility, but I'm not going to go put in Peyton Barber for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and just real quick to plug it though, on the Roto Revolution, we talked about both players in depth this week. So, and we talked about Barkley in that matchup and OBJ. So when we're done with this live stream, check out our videos, the Roto Revolution. We did running back start sits and wide receiver start sits. You can get a little bit more in-depth information on both of those guys, but check it out after this live stream is done.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's see, what do we got next? How about George Rich is asking, in PPR leagues, you got Robert Woods, Marquise Goodwin, or what do we call Michael Crabtree?
# never Crabtree.
There you go. It's stuck. Never Crabtree. Remember, if you ask us about Crabtree, we're going to respond with Never Crabtree, or who's the other player?
Never Funchess.
Never Funchess. It's either we call him Never Funchess or Honey Funchess of Oats. Either way, he's not going in the lineup. Anyway, back to the question. We talked about Marquise Goodwin already. I think if Xavier Rhodes does sit, Marquise Goodwin is my choice there. If he doesn't start, still Never Funchess. Robert Woods is somebody who I think kind of gets lost at times in the offense of LA, and if they get a lead there in the first half, they could do a lot of second half running. But I would rather have Woods than Funchess, in my opinion. I'd rather have anybody than Funchess.
Yeah, no Funchess whatsoever, but Goodwin is a must start if we find out Rhodes is out. I've been hearing some different things about Rhodes may not shadow him. He's going to shadow Garcon, but I'm not expecting that. I have a feeling like he's going to be on Goodwin.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit it right there on the head, Joe. No crabs.
No crabs.
We want no crabs this year.
Yes.
Yes. Do not sit Saquon. It's a gamble. I think you just need to go in there realizing that limit expectations a little bit. You never know what's going to happen, but it is a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Duke Johnson or Lamar Miller? That's a good one there from Fizzy Baller.
Oh, that one is I'm going to have to know whether or not it's PPR or not, because if it's PPR, I'm going to go with Duke Johnson because I definitely feel like the short passing game with him could work in that weather tomorrow. We talked about Lamar Miller also again this past week on the Roto Revolution, and I said he could be in for a pretty decent week. Deshaun Watson coming back from the knee injury, his first game back. Are they really going to light it up right away against New England? It could end up being a slow start for the New England defense like it was last year. But another thing to keep an eye on, Will Fuller, something we'll keep track of tomorrow. He is questionable headed into game time tomorrow. If Will Fuller is out, then I think that helps Lamar Miller even more.
Yeah, I mean, because really, what else is there? Not a whole lot else in Houston. I mean, especially if Fuller does sit. I mean, Miller's going to have to, by default, get more touches. It's just the way it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Rex Burkhead is another name we've heard a lot about this week, and this is coming from Davis Hin. And if I mispronounce you guys' names, I apologize. He's asked about Rex Burkhead or Marvin Jones in a half-point PPR league. Me personally, I mean, also reports coming out that Rex Burkhead is good. He's going to get a full workload. However, I mean, do we ever trust the New England injury report? I mean, it's never always been accurate before. They still have James White there. I expect him to be involved in the passing game. It's a toss-up, really, but I'm still going to go with Rex Burkhead. I think that game has the potential to be a shootout, and I'm going to gamble on Burkhead there.
Yeah, I'm also going Burkhead. I think Burkhead is a really safe start this week. I think he's going to be used quite often. There's also talk that Sonny Michel could end up being limited. I know he's still questionable. He hasn't really participated all week, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that too. But if Michel is out, then I think James White could obviously steal some receptions, but Burkhead's going to be the guy. So I'm playing Burkhead this week if I own him.
Yep. All right. Are you ready for? We're going to do a couple rapid fires. You can't explain it. You just got to give your answer.
Let's let it flow.
You ready?
Let's let it flow.
Here we go. I'm going to read them as fast as I can, and you're going to give me just the names. We're trying to get as many people some help as we can.
Let's do it.
So are we going to start or sit Alex Smith? Amir Lorenzo asks.
Sit.
Sitting him. All right. Joko Rocco, Jamal Williams or James Conner in a PPR league?
James Conner.
Goff or Big Ben?
Goff.
Cooper, Cobb, or Stills in a PPR league?
Stills.
Andy Dalton or Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson for sure.
I got to think about that one for a second there, Jake, but he got you Russell Wilson. Andy Hyatt, Brandon Cooks, Jamison Crowder, or Robbie Anderson in a half-point PPR?
Wait, Jamison Crowder or Brandon Cooks? Those were the first two names, right?
I think so, yes. They already scrolled through.
Jamison Crowder.
Jamison Crowder's a great PPR start for the week. I agree. Let's see. Rapid fire. Yep, peanut butter jelly time. That's right. I like both of them. If you can't have one without the other right this second. We're in the flow. We got to have them both. Let's see. Corey Davis or Kenny Stills? Joey Marinello.
Stills.
All right. We disagree on that one. I'm going Corey Davis, but this is your section, so I'm going to let you answer him. Kenny Stills or Jordy Nelson in a PPR?
Stills.
Bilal Powell or Adrian Peterson?
Powell. Powell if it's PPR, AP if it's standard.
All right. What about Corey Davis or Keelan Cole?
I want to say Keelan Cole really bad, and I'm going to go with that.
All right. What about Jared Goff or Marcus Mariota?
Goff.
David Njoku or Jordan Reed?
Njoku.
We totally disagree on that one. I'm going Reed. I can't have to interject on that one. It's Rule 86. You got to start him if he plays.
Do we want to talk about it real quick? Do we need to slow rapid fire down if that's one we disagree on?
All right, let's slow it down just for a second, because if you're saying to sit Jordan Reed, I need some clarification. He only plays like 4 games a year. We need to start him when he plays.
Oh, man, I know. I get it. And I have him close in my rankings, and I think, again, with the weather situation, I'm bumping Njoku up a little bit because I think him and Duke Johnson are going to be easier for Tyrod Taylor to complete passes if they need to. With Jordan Reed, I've got him at tight end 9 against Arizona. I mean, it could end up working out. Is he going to be a safe bet for Alex Smith? It might end up happening, but I want to lean Njoku.
Okay, you can lean Njoku. I'm going to heavily favor Jordan Reed. I mean, I had him as a start of the week on my show, and it's one of those things where you don't know how long he's going to last. I mean, he's going to be the top red zone target there, I believe. He's going to be in a game where they're going to have to throw the ball. I don't think Adrian Peterson is overly effective on the ground against Arizona. I do like Jamison Crowder, like we already said, but I just think the upside of Jordan Reed is something that I'm willing to gamble on when I get the opportunity to, because I may not get the opportunity to very often.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I'm not 100% sold on. And if you were right, I would take it as a loss, but
Well, we will find out tomorrow. That's right. All right, well, let's move on here. Let's see if I can go through a couple of these guys. We're going to go Jordan Reed or Kyle Rudolph, Calder Co. Sorry. Sticking with Jordan Reed. What about Alex Collins or Royce Freeman in a PPR league? I really like Royce Freeman. Alex Collins, to me, is the safer bet. I think he gets 15 to 20 touches. But Royce Freeman is definitely somebody that we need to keep our eye on. For this, though, week 1, I'm going Alex Collins and playing it safe. Let's see. Flex for Marcus, Amari Cooper, Jordan Howard, or Jamal Williams. I'm not on the Amari Cooper bandwagon, especially against LA. Jordan Howard has a tough matchup, and so does Jamal Williams. I'm going to go with Jordan Howard. He's the most proven back between the two of them, and will be relied upon more in his offense. Let's see. We got Mahomes or Cousins. We're going to go Cousins. Cousins is a little bit safer, and I want a little bit of safety there in week 1. Is anybody starting Kerryon Johnson? I really hope not. And Kyle will be back here in a minute, just so you guys know. But drop Morris or Breida. I mean, it really depends who you're going to pick up for him, Bill. If you're just dropping it to pick up somebody else with upside, I might as well just hang on to him and see what happens. Let's see. We got tight end start Seals or Njoku. Njoku's the guy there for PPR. Seals he was targeted last year by Carson Palmer and Drew Stanton. Whether he is this year by Sam Bradford or Josh Rosen, still kind of up in the air. Let's see here. Yes, Kyle froze. Kyle will be right back. I guess he needed to take a little break. Let's see here. How do you feel about Josh Gordon as a flex, Mr. Booga B00? I don't want it this week. I'm not going to trust the weather. For everybody who just joined the show, just so you guys know, there's a chance of 3 to 5 inches of rain tomorrow. That's going to be a problem. Up to 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Cleveland. Throwing the ball is going to be iffy at best for that game tomorrow. Landry or Goodwin? Bad weather versus bad matchup. Cross your fingers there, Gio to God, that Xavier Rhodes sits and you can go Goodwin. Tumbling Tahana, Elliott versus Fournette. Hopefully you don't have to sit one of them because I like both of them. I have no issue starting either one of them. Elliott's my number 1 running back, and Fournette's also right there in the top 10. Let's see. Dalton or Big Ben? I'm going Dalton. Absolutely. Let's see here. Hey, if I'm going through rapid fire questions here, hit the like button for me. I'm trying to get as many as I can, but I need some likes out there. I don't know how many likes the video's got, but we need some. Let's see here. Jimmy G versus Mahomes. Fubar Bill Murray. I've seen your comments before, Fubar. Welcome to the live show. Jimmy G's got the tough matchup against Minnesota. I'm going to go ahead and go with Mahomes in this one. That could turn into a shootout with the Chargers. Let's see. Mike Williams, Ted Ginn, or Michael Gallup. Wow, that's a little deep there. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to go bold. I'm going Michael Gallup. I think he sees the most targets out of the bunch. Jamil, McCoy versus Howard in PPR. I want nothing to do with McCoy this week against Baltimore. I'm going Jordan Howard. I don't care that it's PPR. Growing issues, bad matchups. That's a problem. Let's see. Is Dalvin Cook a good start? Let's see. That's the OG stick, I think is how it says. Yeah, I'm starting Dalvin Cook. I'm not worried about how much he's going to get and what his workload is going to be. He's going to be the number 1 guy in Minnesota. Yes, he's going to lose carries at time, but it is what it is. Everybody's a committee nowadays. Hardly, it's like a handful of guys who aren't. That's right. Anthony, yep, absolutely letting it flow. Absolutely. Let's see. Trey Burton, Cooper Kupp, or Josh Gordon? I'm guessing it's for a flex spot, and that's tough. I think Cooper Kupp sees the most red zone targets, but they run more in the second half. Let's be bold there. Sparked interest. Let's go with Burton. Let's see. JC Vader, I see you. I appreciate it. Jack Doyle, or Matt Breida as a flex in PPR. Give me Matt Breida. I think they have to throw the ball more there in Minnesota, and Breida gets the most of the targets. Marvin Jones or Ty in full PPR. I'm sitting Ty this week personally. Give me Marvin Jones. Kenny Stills or Randall Cobb. Guessing it's Randall Cobb. I'm going with Cobb though. I think he sees more targets than Kenny Stills. Plus, it's just not the greatest matchup for Kenny this week. Goff or Prescott? Give me Goff. I think he scores a lot of first half points, not a whole lot in the second, but he's a safer play. Let's see. Is Chris Carson a good start? I don't think any running back is a good start in Seattle, especially this week. They're going to have to throw the ball. That's for Matthias. Sorry if I mispronounced your names. Let's see here. Jabril Holmes, Allen Robinson, or Emmanuel Sanders. Give me Emmanuel Sanders this week. I think he's a lot safer play. He definitely is going to be used in that offense. Still a lot of unknowns surrounding Allen Robinson. So I'm staying away from that. Let's see here. Jesse Meekless, Tyler Lockett, or Corey Davis. Not aboard the Tyler Lockett bandwagon unless it's a one of those leagues where you get points for return yardage. Otherwise, I'm going Corey Davis. Evans or Funchess, Jake asks. Hashtag, somebody tell him what the hashtag is for Funchess. Somebody let Jake know. What's that hashtag if he asks about Funchess as a start? Whoever gets it right first, I'll shout you out. That's right, Donnie. Tell him to hit the like button. Absolutely. I'm going to lose my voice before the night's over because as soon as this live show is over, just so you guys know, as soon as this live show is over, you can go over to my channel, on the Fantasy Headliners channel. I'm going to be doing another live show over there, and we're going to get a little crazy over there tonight. Let's see, JG, Baldwin or Thielen? I actually like both of them this week. I think Baldwin is more of a gamble, has a higher upside, but if you want to gamble, go Baldwin. You want to play it safe, stick with Thielen. Let's see, Fernando Salas, Tyreek Hill, or Brandon Cooks in a half-point PPR. Man, both of those guys, neither one of them are really PPR type guys. I can see a lot more scoring and back and forth in the Kansas City games, so give me Tyreek Hill. Cole or Godwin, Big Wade asks. I really like Chris Godwin this year. Chris Godwin is somebody who could surprise a bunch of people. Jay Smith, you're close, but you didn't put the hashtag in it, so Michael Roberts gets it. Uh-oh. Hey, Kyle, welcome back.
Hey,
welcome back to the show, Kyle. We're still going.
Hey, I've been watching on the other laptop. No idea what happened. The internet here has been awful the last couple of days. Lots of storms, lots of crazy crap coming through. So I apologize for the inconvenience tonight. Oh, man.
It's all right. I got it.
I'm watching over here. Hey, my face is back. All right.
Hey, hit the like button if you like how I didn't miss a beat when Kyle disappeared on me. Give me a like on the video for that because I just went rapid fire for a good 5 minutes straight without a drink of water or anything.
I just liked it because I hadn't liked it yet.
Wow, you didn't even like our own video.
I'm sorry. I hadn't liked it yet. I apologize.
That's beyond savage.
And I see we have 250 watching right now. We were almost at 300 there for a minute, and I'm screaming at my computer.
Wait a second.
To restart.
Wait a second. 50 people left when it was just me? That's ridiculous.
And 2 more just left.
People.
It must be my face.
It must be right. All right. Well, hey, these questions aren't going to answer themselves, and since we've had a little bit of issues, we're going to continue to rapid fire them off. Do you want to rapid fire some of them, or you want me to keep going?
Let's do it. We can rapid fire some. Doesn't matter to me.
All right. You ready to go? Here we go.
Let's go.
Marquise Goodwin or Robbie Anderson?
Goodwin if Rhodes is out.
What about Goodwin or Crowder?
Crowder and PPR.
Yep, Crowder's a safer bet. Here's another name I've seen a lot of this week: Chris Hogan or Allen Robinson.
I'm going with Hogan. I think he's going to have a good week.
Yep, absolutely. He's going to be the number 1 wide receiving option for Tom Brady this week. Chris Hogan's the guy to go after right there. Jack Doyle or David Njoku? I think we've gotten this question before. We're sticking with Njoku here.
Yep.
That's right, Jay. Jay knows the nickname Honey Funches of Oats. Jake or Kyle in a hot dog eating contest? Michael wants to know.
Oh, man. I do love a good hot dog, man.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, but I'm probably going to beat you in an eating contest.
we're doing the keto diet right now, so I'm trying it to see what happens. So I can't eat hot dogs right now. Maybe by the end of the season. If we get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season, I think we should have an hot dog eating contest.
Deal. We get to 10,000. We'll put it here live on YouTube. We'll see who wins. I can just tell you right now, though. I can just tell you probably have zero chance. I'm not on a keto diet. I'm on a seafood diet. It's football season. If I see it, I eat it.
There we go.
Perfect. Back to the questions. That was a good question, though, Michael. I appreciate that one. Anybody else got some fun questions? Let's have a little bit of fun in here also. What about our thoughts on Greg Olson? Alex Ramos is asking.
Ooh, being listed as questionable worries me a little bit. He is going to play, it sounds like, but if he was listed as questionable, there's a last-minute injury, something happened. So even though he plays, he could end up being limited. So it depends on who my tight end 2 is.
Joe, I'm not repeating that, Joe. But I see it.
JC Vader thinks I'm a sleeper hot dog champ.
Well, we'll put you on the sleeper episode this week.
Uh-oh. There's one fire comment.
Maybe you should try the helmet on here. Makes for rapid fire and letting it flow. Do I give him the helmet for a couple minutes, Kyle?
I feel like you need to give him the helmet.
I need a lot of likes, and I need some hand raises here in the chat to see who's paying attention. Who wants the helmet? Who wants the rapid flow helmet?
Jake the hot dog hubman.
That's right. Hey, I've been called a lot worse there, Fubar Bill Murray.
If we get the helmet, then I am going to reshare everything on Twitter while you rapid fire and let it flow.
Well, all right then. I haven't seen any hands raised, though, so maybe people don't want the helmet.
We'll keep going for right now.
We're going to keep going for right now. I haven't seen no hands being raised, but then
Should
again,
you
I got the
still
comments
keep Alfred
slower.
Morris holding? Yes, please don't drop him.
Yes, absolutely. There's a good question we don't always get. What's the best platform for fantasy football? ESPN, Yahoo, NFL.com, or something else?
My fantasy league.
So Kyle's vote is for MFL, my fantasy league.
Yep.
I haven't done a whole lot on my fantasy league. I'm doing more this year, and right now I'm not a huge fan of it, only because it's just not very user-friendly for a new user. If you've used it for a long time, you get it, but for new people, it's kind of hard to figure out. I've always done Yahoo and ESPN. Those are my two favorite ones to go to.
My fantasy league for Dynasty League, sorry, that's just what I automatically go to sometimes. Right. But good partners of RotoBaller.com is Flea Flicker. So if you haven't tried Flea Flicker before, I really encourage you to go and do that. They have a really clean app. That's where we drafted our. I see you leaning down there. There it is.
I saw some hands getting raised. I'm getting it ready.
Flea Flicker has a really clean app. You can draft from it and everything. So if you haven't run a league on Flea Flicker before, I definitely suggest that you give it a try next year if you are not drafting right now, which if you haven't drafted yet, you probably should do it right now.
Yeah, if you haven't yet, you've kind of missed the boat.
Yeah.
All right, well.
I see it there, though, so I think it's time.
I saw a lot of hands get raised, and there's not a whole lot of time left in the live stream. You're going to keep sharing it, so I'm going to go ahead, start from the bottom of the chat here, and get as many questions as I can. What do you want? You put, how many minutes on the clock are you going to give me? I need a timer.
Let's do it. I'm going to put the timer on right now. 2 minutes.
2 minutes on the clock. We're going to see how many I can get in 2 minutes. If I can go without making mistakes, we got to get more likes on the video. Not a Carolina Panthers big fan, but it's the only one my son had, and you know what? We're going big or going home.
Ready?
Nope. Who's ready for game day? Here we go, game day. All right.
Let's do it.
On
3,
your mark.
2.
Hang on. This requires the chin strap. I got to go chin strap. I got full chin strap on this one.
All right. We are letting it flow in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Ebron or Jalen Samuels for a tight end PPR? Neither, but I'd take Ebron if I had to. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes are way better. Goodwin or Stills? Xavier Rhodes sits. Give me Goodwin. Nick Foles, wide receiver 1, rest for the season? Entirely possible if they continue to run that play. Jalen Samuels or George Kittle? Give me George Kittle. I don't want anything to do with Jalen Samuels. Jordan Howard or Royce Freeman? Give me Royce Freeman. He's a little bit safer this week, and Jordan Howard has a tough matchup. Dak or Taylor? Give me Dak. Taylor's going to be swimming in a pool. Freeman or Howard? I'm guessing that's Royce Freeman since Devontae Freeman's already played. Give me Royce Freeman again. How about Dion Lewis or Peyton Barber? Dion Lewis. Chris Hogan or T.Y. Hilton? Give me Chris Hogan. I can't read this. You guys are going crazy here. Seals or Kittle? Give me Kittle, even though it's a tough matchup. We got James Conner or Shady McCoy. I'm going James Conner. I don't want anything to do with Shady McCoy with the Ravens and his groin issue. Thank you, Hawaiian King Kong. Of course I'm looking good. It's football season. There's no better way to look. Tyreek Hill or T.Y. Hilton? I don't want T.Y. Hilton this week. Give me Tyreek Hill in a shootout. Lynch or Kerryon Johnson PPR? Ugh. Hopefully you really don't have to start either, but if you have to, I guess. Kerryon, I guess. Neither. Jake looks like Big Ben. I've been called worse, so I'll take Big Ben. Landry or Lynch? Man, give me Landry, even though he's probably not going to do a whole lot. I really don't want anything to do with Lynch going up against the Rams. Allen Robinson or McCoy in your flex spot? Man, you guys are struggling here a little bit. Give me Allen Robinson, though. Like I said, I don't want anything to go with McCoy. PPR, Dion Lewis or Kenny Stills? Give me Dion Lewis. Cobb or Gordon? I don't want Gordon. Give me Cobb. Connor or Ald? I don't know who Ald is. You guys got to spell it out for me. Do I like Adrian Peterson? He seems like a nice guy, and he's an okay flex start for the week. Chris Hogan or T.Y. Hilton? Give me Chris Hogan. White Castle or In-N-Out? Definitely In-N-Out. I'm from the West Coast.
White Castle.
What? Juju or Amari Cooper? Not going Amari Cooper, and I'm not going Juju either. You need to go check the waiver wire for a better option.
There it is.
All right.
Timer is up. 2 minutes of letting it flow. Killed it, Jake.
Who enjoys the Let It Flow rapid fire? Hit the like button.
Like it. We need to have 100 likes on this live stream before we're done tonight.
How many do we got?
We have 81 right now.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You people need to hit the like button. I just wore a kid's helmet for 2 minutes and went rapid fire. Even though it's somewhat cheesy, it's hilarious, and it's not as cheesy as some of the mainstream shows that are out there. And plus, I answered like 40 questions in 2 minutes. That's like a record. That's a serious record. There ain't nobody.
All right, so just to follow that up real quick, while we have some more likes, because we have over 260 people watching right now, and we only have 81 likes, so we have more than enough people to hit the like button real quick. So hit the like button for Jake's Let It Flow rapid fire question segment. That's what we're gonna call it from now on. So just another real quick note here, real quick. Kyle Richardson from RotoBaller.com, Jake Hubman from RotoBaller.com, live streaming right now. Make sure that you check out RotoBaller Game Day Live tomorrow, 12 to 1, taking you up to game time. We're going to have breaking news if it happens. We're going to talk about injuries as they come out. We're going to be talking about our rankings for the week, answering more questions. We've got a lot going on within that hour, so make sure that you are ready to watch that tomorrow. Head over to RotoBaller.com. Make sure you download the RotoBaller Fantasy Football app. You have all the information that you need in your hands right there. And, of course, the most important part, hit subscribe right now if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Lots of great shows throughout the week. Lots of great information. You'll be able to see Jake and I at least 3 or 4 times every single week. So make sure you're doing all of that right now.
We're like a part of the family for the next 6 months. You guys are going to get to know us very well over the next 6 months. Our sense of humors, our likes, our dislikes, who eats the most hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's all the fun stuff.
We are up over 100 likes now.
All right, perfect. Hey, good job, guys.
There you go.
Very much appreciative. Channel is still going absolutely crazy over here. I mean, now we're over 4,000. Didn't we just do this show last week and we were at 3,000?
Yeah, we had a RotoBaller staff meeting on Monday night to set our schedule for the year. You and I were a part of that, and in the middle of the meeting, we hit 4,000, and I did a little, or 3,000.
We hit 3,000 on Monday. 3, so here it is, Friday. We got 1,000 subscribers this week.
Yes. So thank you, Joe Camel. Kyle is going to smash. Joe, I appreciate it.
Joe, I thought we were friends, Joe. How dare you? You have betrayed me.
Jake's feelings are hurt. Let's get some more questions here real quick.
All right, we'll do a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap up the live stream here for the night. Of course I know, Scott. I said before I put it on that it was a child's helmet.
Scott, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, Scott.
Everybody loved the rapid fire, 2 minutes on the clock. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the rapid fire 2 minutes, tell Scott to not worry about the helmet size. The helmet size doesn't matter, Scott. Okay, it's all about the content that was shared while the helmet was on. Rivers or Big Ben? We've kind of talked about that before. Worried about Big Ben a little bit. I'm going Rivers personally.
Rivers as well.
PPR, Howard or Connor? Popular names. Who do you got?
Howard. I'm going Howard. Even though it's PPR, I'm still going to go Howard.
Yep, absolutely. Here's one we haven't talked about. Chris Carson, Allen Robinson, or Keelan Cole?
Oh, I really like Keelan Cole this week. That's a tough one for me.
I would have to go Keelan Cole there myself.
Yeah.
Michael Roberts, is Le'Veon Bell going to play in 2018?
Yes.
Now,
I'm really surprised he didn't report today. I thought for sure he would report today, but he's going to have to play in 2018 because if he doesn't report by either week 6 or week 8, one of those two, I can't remember offhand for sure, he doesn't accumulate a year of playing, so he cannot hit free agency next year.
Yep, absolutely. He will be there. I got a lot of hate like 6 weeks ago. I went out there and I put a show out and I talked about how Le'Veon Bell was going to miss time, and everybody gave it to me bad. Like I felt bad about myself for a couple of days there for even putting it on the internet. And then you know what? Revenge is very sweet. But yes, I do think that he plays at some point. It may not be for the next week or two. I know there's stuff coming out today about if he does come back, they're going to have to negotiate his contract kind of on a weekly basis for the next 2 weeks, and I don't think that's something that he wants to do either. It may be week 3 or 4 before we see Le'Veon Bell on the field.
Yeah.
Ty or Fitzgerald in a PPR league? Give me Fitzgerald.
Ooh, I'm going to go. I need to double check that one real quick. Let me check my
Homer.
rankings here real
Homer.
fast. Because I've got. Give me Hilton. I've got Hilton at wide receiver 9 this week. I've got Larry Fitz at wide receiver 13.
So you're telling me that the guy who lives in Indiana is going to pick T.Y. Hilton and the guy from Arizona is going to pick Larry Fitzgerald? Go figure. We're not biased.
But I'm not a Colts fan. I might be here, but I'm not a Colts fan.
Guilty by association, Kyle.
Okay.
Robert Woods or Josh Gordon?
Man, I would love to say Josh Gordon. And Woods probably doesn't do any better because he's not going to be even first or second on the targets list. But I'm probably going to start Woods this week.
Yep, I agree. Jerry Rice or Randy Moss? How about that one, Jack Handy? I see your question in there.
Ooh, Randy Moss. That's who I remember. Randy Moss was like my first fantasy football love. When I first started doing fantasy football, Randy Moss in his prime with the Vikings, he was my guy. He was my guy every year.
It's kind of hard. This kind of is like the same. It's like the equivalent to the who's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, because they're both so different at what they did. I think they're both great at what they did. I'd have to still go Jerry Rice though, but different era they played in.
That just means you're older.
That's right. I am older. Brandon, I would mispronounce your name, and it may get us red flagged on YouTube, so I don't want to mispronounce it. Do I like Demaryius Thomas this week? Yes. I like anybody in an orange uniform that plays for the Denver Broncos. If they have a Broncos helmet on, I would probably start them.
Yeah, and we talked about that on the Roto Revolution. Yeah, anybody wearing a Broncos jersey, I'm throwing them in the lineup this week. I think it's a good chance for them to get off to a good start this year.
Yep, absolutely. How about a flex position, Marvin Jones or Keelan Cole? You like Keelan Cole that much?
Oh, I do like Keelan Cole, but I'm going to go back to Marvin Jones on that one.
Yes, me too. Is it good to stash Wentz and go with Matthew Stafford as the starter in the meantime? Yes.
Absolutely, Stafford.
Absolutely. That's right, Rowdy Turner. Rice in a PPR league would dominate.
Whatever.
PPR, Gio Bernard, Alfred Morris, or Naheem Hines. That better be a really deep league that you play in.
Hines is a no, even though I would love to say him because he burned that bridge a couple of weeks ago. He's going to have to work his way back in. I am going to say Alfred Morris because I think this is the Joe Mixon coming out party week.
All right, there you go. All right, you want to do 2 more questions?
Okay.
All right, let's get a couple names in here we haven't seen in here in a few weeks. Excuse me. How about Rowdy Turner wants to know about Cortland Sutton? I guess I kind of said anybody in a Broncos helmet, but there is limitations, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like in a super deep league or a 3 wide receiver league or multiple flex, maybe. I mean, I really like the Broncos this week. I really think they have a great opportunity to put up some big points.
Yeah.
That won't count, though. Olson or Eifert? Eifert may be the new hashtag.
Yeah. I'm still going to risk it with Olson.
Yes, as long as he plays. Now, I think we should also start, adding the hashtag to him as never healthy and put that on Eifert. Because people said, do I start Eifert? He's healthy. Well, he may not be healthy after the first drive. I mean, he's held together with, when you get a paper bag, like those brown paper bags that you used to take to school as a kid, and you'd have like a milk in it, and the condensation, it would sweat, and then it would like make the bottom of the bag that is what Tyler Eifert's made out of. Like everything. That's Tyler Eifert in whole. What about...
Here's one real quick, because I've seen this message like 5 times now. Drop Adrian Peterson or Alfred Morris for Keelan Cole.
Nope.
I'm probably not, but it's really going to depend on my team as well. If you're deep at running back and AP and Alfred Morris are like your running backs 4-5, 5-6, and Keelan Cole it could come in and be maybe a wide receiver 3 flex play for you, then yes. But that's going to be completely roster dependent. But I want to make sure we got that question in there because he's asked several times.
All right, cool. All right, one more question. Let's go Marvin Jones or Stefon Diggs?
I'm going to go Marvin Jones. I don't see a big week for Diggs. I don't see a big week for Diggs this week.
Easy for you to say. I think Diggs has a good first half, but I think it's kind of limited there in the second half. I think Marvin Jones is a little bit safer, but if you're trying to swing for the fences or you need to make up some points, I think Diggs is probably the smarter play.
If he can get you a couple of big plays, yes. But that's the one. That's my caveat to that one.
That's right. All right. Well, you're allowed to have that opinion.
I think this is the most we've disagreed before.
Yeah, we're disagreeing a lot tonight. It's because I put the helmet on and I got all juiced up. All right. Well,
gotta be careful of that.
That's right. Well, hey, I mean, we went through a lot of questions here. We've been live streaming for 49 minutes. We were only going to do 30, but we ended up going 49. Answered a lot of questions, but there's still a lot of stuff out there. Now, I want to throw this out there real quick. I'm getting ready to go do another live stream. I'm going to go do another 30 minutes over on my channel. So anybody who didn't get your questions answered, give me about 10 minutes, and I'll come back, and I'm putting the helmet on again on my channel. And we're going to rapid fire for as long as I can until I pass out. Because football starts tomorrow, and there's questions to be answered, and my fingers have calluses on them because I typed so many answers this week.
Yes. Okay, so real quick, as we wrap this up here, again, make sure you head over to rotoballer.com. Okay, that's where you're going to be. We are your secret weapon. That is our tagline for a reason. That's our motto for a reason. So head over there, get all of your information from there. If we didn't answer your question here tonight, if Jake is not able to get to your question over on his channel, if for some reason we can't get to you on Twitter or whatever, or here on YouTube if you comment, because it's just crazy right now, go over to rotoballer.com, go to tools, go to the start sit tool, and type in your players. Put your players' names in, match them up against each other, and it will tell you who to start and who to sit. Okay, that's the best thing that you could possibly do right now. I'm going to end up going over to Twitter and putting that out there for you as well. Jake, what is your Twitter handle?
You can find me at Fantasy Headliners. That's FNTSY Headliners.
You can find me on Twitter at krich1532. Again, tomorrow it's going down, people. Week 1 is here. Week 1 of RotoBaller Game Day is here. We've been prepping this show all off season. We are as excited as to be able to give that information to you. So right here on this channel on RotoBaller, subscribe. Be here at 12 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to take you into game time. We're going to have everything that you need to prepare for Week 1, and we're pumped for that. Jake, any last words to our fans watching?
Hey, it's fun. I love doing live shows. I was tired. I'm not going to lie. I was tired when we first started this. Then it's just something about it. It's like you start talking football and you get excited and you put on a child's helmet, and the next thing you know, I'm wide awake.
Randy, I see you. I love that you love the Michigan stuff. So, all right, well, this is going to close it out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, catch us tomorrow, 12 to 1, right here on this channel, RotoBaller Game Day. We're going to have everything that you need. Head over to rotoballer.com. We've got everything for you, and we are going to catch you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Yep. See you later.